welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show. And what about the Kingdom Choir over here? Aren't they amazing? Thank you so much for being here. You look fabulous. And we'll be hearing more from them at the end of the show. Plus, we'll also have a performance in the middle of the programme from the fantastic Mr. John Legend. But let's start by taking a look at who's in my festive green room tonight. First up, a Hollywood actor who's been captivating us for nearly 40 years, yet he still doesn't look a day over 15. It's Rob Lowe, ladies and gentlemen. We first fell in love with my next guest in The X-Files and have loved her more and more ever since in The Fall, Hannibal and American Gods. It's the fabulous Gillian Anderson. Plus, not only one of the best actors in the business right now, but also one of the best singers, it's Sheridan Smith. And bringing the festive cheer tonight, a fantastic comedian who you'll know from Bake Off Extra Slice, it's the very funny Mr. Tom Allen. Which brings us to our final guest, winner of the Great British Bake Off 2018, a man as charming as he is talented in the kitchen, it's Rahul Mandal. Don't worry, they won't be doing that every time I say a name on the show.
Everything he says on the show.
I love Christmas. And one of my favourite things is seeing all the fantastic and creative displays of decorations that are put up around the country. For example, this wonderful display in a shopping centre on the Isle of Man. Look at this. Doesn't that make you feel warm and Christmassy? That's what it's like backstage at Strictly. When I first saw it, I thought, well, maybe it's just the angle the photograph was taken at, but it's not, because if you go around the side, it's even worse. And now, these days, some people really push the boat out with their Christmas decorations at home, of course. We've seen them. Some people go absolutely wild with the lights outside, and some people don't, of course. Have a look at this effort. Some people, even if they buy a tree, can't be bothered to put a proper fairy on the top, like these guys. That's cheating. But the big debate is whether you get a real tree or an artificial one, of course. The downside of an artificial tree is that you don't get that lovely pine fresh smell, although you do with this one. Now, for many of us, Christmas is all about seeing the kids' faces when they open their presents on Christmas morning, how excited they are. And you might have seen this clip already, but for me, it's still the best example ever. Of course, they opened it up and there was just some Brussels sprouts in the box. That was in the late 90s, but people still get just as excited about games consoles at Christmas as we did back then. Take a look at this. OK, so as it is this special time of year, we think let's get all our guests out together so we can enjoy them through the whole show. Will you please welcome Rob Lowe, Gillian Anderson, Rahul Mandal, Sheridan Smith and Tom Allen. Here they come. You don't have to kiss, though. Well, Tom, let me start with you. How do you spend Christmas? Where will you be spending Christmas this year?
Well, I have been living recently with a couple who are called Dad and Mum. And so I will be spending it with them. They're quite different to me, though. I like to spend all day sort of laying the table, getting it right. They seem to be obsessed with putting down mats because they like to have the table protected and the food has to be so hot. And so it destroys all of my table and my napkin folding. And I should point out that I did still have to come out. as a joke.
The napkin folding wasn't a clue enough for them?
No.
So but you do still live with your parents?
Yes, Jonathan, yes. I did it because, well, I wanted to save for a mortgage, like a lot of people, you know, couldn't afford to buy my own place. But now I've realised I just can't cope. So it makes a lot more sense just to stay at home.
But, Tom, how old are you?
I'm 35, but I look younger, don't I?
Yeah. You look amazing, 35. But it is quite old to still be living with your parents.
Yeah, what is this?
I mean,
It counts. Do you think I'm not aware of it? It's Christmas. I live at home with my parents. I'm aware I'm old now.
Sheridan, I know you have managed to move out. You've got a farm, haven't you?
I have got a farm now.
Will you be there?
I'll be there, and I've got some donkeys. I've got all my dogs.
Are they little donkeys like Mary had at Christmas?
They are little donkeys.
Oh, great. I'd love that. Do you get to do a nativity in your house?
Yes, I play all the other roles. And they play
And Rahul, your family are back in India right now. They're not over
Yeah,
here.
they came for during the Baker final. I mean, the transmission and everything. So they went back just after that. So during Christmas, I quite like Christmas. So because I came to UK when I'm 23, so I didn't really celebrate Christmas for 23 years of my life. So I kind of make up for it now. So I got a Christmas tree, real one. I decorate
So you embrace Christmas?
I do, yeah. I embrace Christmas every single day in December. I wear a Christmas jumper every day from 1st of December.
No.
What I love particularly about what you just said, of course, is that you moved out, not only moved out from your parents, but from a different country at 23.
Sorry, Tom.
That's super impressive. And it shows a lot of gumption, and it shows and you're thinking about others. So that's a wonderful thing.
That is a wonderful... Well done, Rahul. Well done. Happy Christmas, God bless. That's everyone.
Yeah.
Don't clap.
Gillian, I can bestow upon you one of the highest honours, because I think you're like, I know you were born in America, but you spent so much of your youth over here, and I know you live here now, so you're an honorary Brit. I think of you as a full Brit. You'll be spending Christmas here, I guess?
I will.
Yeah, with the family?
Yes, I will.
How many
How many
people...
Americans are coming over?
Yeah, that's what we want to know.
4.
Only 4?
Yeah. My mum and my dad
Okay.
and my sister and her wife are coming over to London for Christmas.
How lovely. And have they spent Christmas here before?
Yes, they have, yeah. I don't know when.
And do you
years and years ago.
Do you find it enjoyable having there, or is there a point when a cut-off point when you desperately want everyone to leave?
I think the day after Christmas. By about 2.
And Rob, you're over here at the moment working, and we'll talk about why in a moment, but you're not going to be here for Christmas, I don't think, are you?
No, I will have been shooting here for quite some time, and my family they're all working, and my boys are out of the house.
All your boys have moved out.
Of course they are.
How old are they? In their 30s, I imagine, or 40 perhaps?
Yeah, my boys are 40 and 50. No. They are 23 and 26.
Yeah, that's about the right age, yeah.
All right. It's the American dream. It's different over there. It's different.
And Rahul, where are you spending it this year?
This year, I'm going to have a Christmas Eve meal in my house. So some of my colleagues coming. Because quite a lot of the colleagues, they go back home. So the colleagues who live around Sheffield, Rotherham, they are going
I've never heard someone use the word colleague quite so much.
Yeah, because they're friend, but they're... Well, sorry, I should have said friend, isn't it? But anyway, so...
No, Christmas is all about families and colleagues.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. That's the saying.
No, it's perfect. I like it, because it's like colleagues, it's friends that you really don't like, is really what you're saying.
No, I do like them, yeah. So, you know, so they're going to come on Christmas Eve, so we're going to have a big meal.
Right.
And then I usually, after the meal, I go to the Midnight Mass because I live quite close to a big minster.
Yeah.
And then I come back home, and then Christmas Day for me is just watching Harry Potter movies from very morning. I do henna sometime in my hair because I have quite a lot of grey hair, and henna kind of covers it up. And it needs... Yeah, so because it needs quite a lot of drying time, about 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
So Christmas Day is the perfect day, so you can't really go outside.
That does make sense.
Yeah, so I'll do that. Yeah, so I literally change my onesie.
So you're in your...
Wait. A onesie?
Oh, you're
in your
staying your
onesie?
Wait, pause.
Yeah, thank you.
He said
Onesie.
Onesie, yeah, I just
the
have
same.
a onesie, yeah.
he stays in his onesie.
I do the same.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
do.
good, yeah. I have a...
Christmas onesie.
No, I have a Pikachu onesie that I really like.
Pikachu onesie.
Yeah, I quite like to wear that on Christmas Day.
I mean, this is beginning to sound like your place is the place to be at Christmas.
Totally.
Sheridan, I can imagine you slobbing out
I
a onesie.
love a onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah. we wear them every Christmas, me and my family.
Don't be ridiculous. This is actually a onesie. That's what people don't realise. This sort of zips up.
You've always dressed quite formally. Didn't you dress as a child for a period? You dressed as a Victorian.
Yes, I did enjoy dressing as a Victorian as a child. Again, going back to our earlier point, to distract people from the fact that I was gay.
Yeah.
And looking back, it was a flawed plan, I think.
Yeah.
I want to be at your Christmas day.
Oh.
I do. I think you sound like you have the best one out of everyone.
Thank
No?
you. Yeah.
Stay in our onesies all day.
Yeah.
I'll put your henna on, you can cook for me. And I'll play you the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You can't
nice,
go there
really
because
nice.
you're not a colleague. But you guys, Gillian and Rob, when you're making a movie, you become like a family with the people you're working with, and then it's broken asunder, isn't it?
I
You
don't
often-
make any friends.
You don't? Is this through choice?
I don't make friends. I stick to myself.
Yeah. But do you keep in touch with the people you work with? Are you friends with... Let's go back to the real early days. The Brat Pack, as they were called. But all those guys, Amelia, Charlie Sheen...
I
Dylan.
keep in touch with them. You know, whenever any of them get arrested, I joke.
You can't joke about something
I
that's
joke.
true.
It was right there for the taking, and God, I took it, didn't I? But those guys, that's like the equivalent of the people you went to college
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
You know, whenever we see each other, we're right back where we were in that moment, and it's just, you know, those are some of my closest relationships, and yet we never see each other because we're off doing our own things.
Yeah. But of course, you've got your own lives, you've got your own families now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All your children moved out. We have got lots more Christmas stuff to talk about. We've got some Christmas games to play. We've got some Christmas food to sample as well. And we're going to start right now with a little bit of the food because Rahul, being so known for his baking, we asked whether or not he could help us out, and he has decorated a Christmas log for us. But I thought, let's try turn this into a bit of a game. We also asked Sheridan to do one, Gillian to do one, Rob to do one, and I did one. And I thought it might be fun to get Tom to judge which is the best, probably mine.
Judging little bitch that I am, I'd love to.
So if you'd like to bring out the logs, this is Jack, our Christmas elf, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Let's use it. Yeah.
Well, you did one, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
Well, then,
we weren't
what about,
getting
well, why,
squishy
if you,
stuff,
but you
and-
say that's you, then what you're giving away, people know that wasn't
Everybody
yours.
knows that's his. Look at it.
I mean, you're ruining...
Rob,
Look,
don't ruin
well, yeah,
Christmas.
that
I'm
could have
gonna be
been
quiet.
his. I mean, that could have been Rahul's just as likely.
Is that sliding?
We'll find out who did that.
Sliding off the plate. I like that.
This one here, this is quite arty. This is kind of off to one side there. We've got this one here. This is a minimal work that's going into that.
Minimalist.
I'm not quite sure which way round that goes. And then finally, you want to put that one down there? We got that. That's the wrong way round. That's his face, yes.
What's happening there?
So, Tom,
Yes.
don't listen to Rob. Which one of these do you think might have been by the professional, skilled baker?
Okay, fine, I'll have a look. Now, so, this one could be made by an amateur.
I mean, that is
Could be
genuinely
made by-
amazing.
Yes, that is amazing. So that's very well done, Jonathan. And this one I'm more intrigued by. So it's got grapes on it, and if you turn it round, sort of looks a bit like something phallic.
You know what I think's happening there?
Yes. Yes, I know exactly what's
That's the
happening.
struggle we all have on Boxing Day.
Lovely, charming, charming. This one also looks like a dick. Happy Christmas, God bless us, everyone. And also brilliantly says Sheridan along the bottom. It does.
Sign.
School.
No,
It says you're the only ones that's labelled.
It's an elephant if you turn it the other way. Thank
Oh, I
you.
see.
It was your mind that went there.
Oh, just like an elephant now, isn't it? And
What do you make of that effort?
Beautiful. Oh, it's so reminiscent of maybe a small. Can you see the tiny gingerbread man there?
Yeah, there he is.
Can you get in there? Who's been melted alive? And then this one that does look nice, sort of. If you're 5, and then.
OK, I think we know which the winner is. This was indeed Rahul's, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that incredible? Let's hear it for Rahul. This effort was from the amazing Gillian Anderson right there. And Rob, this is...
That
peculiar.
gingerbread man is not fleeing a fire. he is surfing, is what he's doing.
He's surfing, because you like surfing, don't you?
Because I like to surf. It's a little touch of home brought to my English log.
And then this one from Sheridan. So this was an elephant when you started making it in
No,
your head.
it
This
obviously
was
wasn't an elephant, was it?
So you were going for the
I was
classic...
a 2-year-old, yeah, I was...
The classic Christmas cock and balls.
Yeah,
days,
sorry.
Okay. Well, let's do it for all our bakers, ladies and gentlemen. But our star baker, of course, is Rahul. And thank you to Tom Allen for marvellous judging. Marvellous judging. OK. Still to come, we'll be keeping it festive with some unconventional Christmas foods, playing some of the year's must-have children's games, and also showing you some of the saucier Christmas treats for adults. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to the show. My Christmas sofa is brimming with wonderful guests, so let's get on with the show. Christmas is it's a big time for eating, of course. We've already talked about cakes a bit. Do you put on weight over Christmas, Tom? Do you just let yourself go, or do you...
Do I let myself go?
Yeah.
What do you mean, let myself go? What, just, like, pig out at some sort of buffet?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No, I like to cook the turkey, but I get told off because once I use garlic in the trivet. Not a euphemism. And I got told, no, me and your dad, we can't have garlic, not at Christmas. So yeah, I got told off.
Rahul, I know you were telling me that you put on quite a lot of weight making Bake Off.
Yeah, I put probably about 7-8 kilos, and it's just really difficult to get it off afterwards. I mean, I'm not a very outdoorsy person, so it's quite difficult. So what happened is none of my clothes fit me properly, you know. It just whenever I sit like that, my tummy kind of comes out, so it's not very good.
I know.
Yeah, and Christmas, I mean, I try to eat really healthily throughout the year, but Christmas is the time, not Christmas, the whole December, actually.
What would be your weakness in December? What is the treat that you would normally hold back from when you're trying to eat healthy for the other 11 months, and then you say, now I can do it?
Chocolate, a lot of chocolate, definitely. Mince pies.
Oh.
And biscuits. I avoid biscuits throughout the whole year, but biscuit and cookies, I can't stop myself from eating.
So throughout the year when you're baking, you have the self-control and the willpower not to taste your own
Yeah, I do
bakes
try a little bit, but I don't tend to eat a lot because I don't really have a sweet tooth normally.
It sounds to me like you do.
I try to resist it quite a lot, but normally I don't really. So, you know, quite a lot of people like to have like a piece of chocolate before go to bed. I just feel my mouth is too sweet. I have to, you know, if I am eating a chocolate, I have to eat like at least a crisp or even nothing there, you know, just before going to bed. I can't go to bed with my mouth completely sweet. It's just like, no. I do brush my teeth, yeah, I do, but even, you know, sometimes, you know, like, you feel like, should I have a chocolate? I don't feel that. I just feel...
After you brush your teeth?
Yeah, I might sometimes have crisp or something. Just one crisp, just to keep my mouth a bit safe.
If you stayed in a hotel where they put a chocolate on the pillow, would you phone down and say, a crisp, please? I think I prefer...
No, I would just not eat it. I'll just put it aside, yeah. I can resist that, but I like savoury food more. I mean, a big bowl of rice and curry. Oh, my God, that's really good. Or spaghetti or some kind of...
I mean, anything really sounds like it would. You just need a lot of something at the end of the day.
Yeah, I quite like it. Big, you know, comforting meal, you know, when you can just literally
and
sit
then
in the
some chocolate
and have
and then
it.
a crisp.
Probably, yeah. I need to go to bed with something savoury in my mouth, not sweet.
No comment, Your Honour, no comment.
But Gillian, do you have weaknesses like that? Do you have food weaknesses?
I like something sweet in my mouth before I go to sleep. I'm the opposite.
Rob, what do you like in your mouth before you go to bed?
Before I go to bed? Here's the thing that's happened to me recently. I don't know what this is about. Is like, I started waking up in the middle of the night and going, I'm starving. Yeah. And going down and raiding the refrigerator. It's never happened to me ever in my life, and now that's a thing.
And do you feed that hunger?
There was a period where I was doing it, and it was turning me into a character actor very quickly. By the way, you British people with your Monster Munch, I've just learned about this. That's some extraordinary shit.
Well, in a good way or a bad way?
I mean, it's in so many ways. First of all, what is it actually made of? I think they insulate walls with it inside. But it is some tasty.
Yeah.
I've been shooting up in Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
In
Shooting
Boston.
up?
I've been shooting up.
Yeah. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. And it's a big thing there.
You know, you've been shooting there's a new drama for ITV next year. You're kind of fish out of water cop over here in the UK from the US, is that
Called
right?
Wild Bill. I play Wild Bill, and it's a show they wrote for me to come and be like. He's an American law enforcement expert who takes the one job in the UK that nobody wants.
Nobody wanted.
Chief Constable of Lincolnshire, Boston, because per capita it has the. There I am in my little outfit.
Yeah.
Very
Good outfit.
Very becoming.
I was very excited. You know what's on the end of that chain?
What's on the
Monster Munch.
I was very excited. It's a whistle.
It's a whistle. Did you get to blow the whistle?
I haven't yet. That's in the season finale.
Wow. You want to build up to the climax. But that's not why Rob's on the show. He's over because he's been doing a one-man show. I saw it when you did the London date, and this is a romp through your whole career.
It's my whole career, and I had written 2 books, and instead of writing a 3rd book, I wanted to do it live. I've done it all through the States. I have such a good time.
And you do Q&As with the audience at the end. What are the strangest things you've been asked?
Oh, it's great, because you never know what people are going to ask you about, because I've done so many different things. You don't know if it's going to be about the West Wing or Parks and Recreation or the Brat Pack or, you know, did you ever sell cocaine to Charlie Sheen? You just don't know what it's... I did. So bad.
I mean, everything you'd want to know about Rob comes out in this show. Sheridan, a big year for you. We need to congratulate Sheridan. She got engaged this year, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. I was so pleased to hear that. I met the young man. He's here with you this evening. He's backstage. Jamie is
there
here
with
this
my
evening.
dog, Alan.
The dog's called Alan.
We might get the media dog with him, I think. But you met, is this true? You met on Tinder? Is that right?
Through friends and things, I think it was.
Is that a euphemism? Like, if gay people
Few
meet on
colleagues,
Grindr,
colleagues.
yeah, they'll be like, we met in an antique bookshop.
Okay, I went on. I've been on there.
I've been on there.
But other people
Other people have been on there. You won't be the only one. Otherwise, it literally wouldn't work.
I think...
The gays led the way with this very much with things like Grindr.
Was that before Tinder?
Right. Yeah, it was. It was originated. It tells you, if you don't know what it is, it tells you where your nearest gay man is. I mean, you don't need it now, Jonathan.
But I think, Sheridan, I wasn't being funny there because I think that's going to be the future. I think we're going to find more and more people who've met online. Of course they are. That's how people meet each other these days.
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? And I think, you know, we're always working with people in the industry, and I wanted a bit of normality in someone, and I don't ever get to meet anyone who's not in the industry. Not that that's bad, but I just really wanted somebody away from that, and that's what I've got. And we've got our little farm with my donkeys, as we've all been talking about. And it's my little bit of sanity away from
real life,
the madness, to be honest. Yeah.
And when was the moment? What was it about him that made you know that he was the right guy, or the swipe right guy, if you will?
Oh, stop it! I'm walking like... Oh, Raoul, come on, let's go home.
When did you realise? When did you think, OK, this is the real deal?
Yeah, when you swipe right. I was so flattered. No, suddenly, it just wasn't difficult anymore.
Well, I'm thrilled for you, and
Thank
how
you.
lovely to have a Christmas together.
Happy Prince, yeah, thank you.
Rahul, let me ask you that. I believe, is that correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you focused on work at the moment and baking, or are you looking for a partner?
No, I'm quite... I'm just taking my life a little bit.
Do you find that you have attention from people now that since you won Bake Off and now that you have become a well-known figure?
I don't know. Same person. It's just people recognize me more. That's it. So, but I find it quite positive because I'm not in social media, so I don't get to hear people's reactions. But when you say go out in the town centre, just go for shopping or something, people just come and say, you know, well done, we're proud of you. It's just so touching. It makes me feel so warm. So I quite like it.
So lovely. So lovely. So lovely.
Yeah.
Tom, are you in a relationship? I'm not sure whether you're in a relationship or not.
No, still single, Jonathan. I don't know why. I'm so kind.
Maybe it's taking people back to your parents' house at 35.
I just say, I'm a carer for them. Don't listen to them. They're talking nonsense. Nonsense. They don't know what's happening.
But, you know, we've been talking about food a little bit on the show, and there are some new Christmas products out this year in the UK that they're hoping will catch on with the Christmas theme. And I'd like you to give me your opinion, because you know you get pigs in blankets, the sausage wrapped in bacon. They brought out this one, which is the Whopper.
I'd say.
A pig in blanket.
Wow. What could be nicer? A foot long of offal wrapped in bacon. Where do we start?
OK. Rob, you want to try a bit of this?
I don't know what's happening here.
I tell you what, I think this is going to be delicious. Tom, say when. How much would you like?
I'll take the whole thing.
Get the parsley off.
Come on, yeah, I'll have a slice.
Sheridan,
Thank
would you like a
you.
bit of this sausage?
I love a bit of sausage.
Thank you, Mr. Scrooge. What a lovely Christmas we're having.
Gillian, did I give you some? I didn't give you any. Did you want some? Would you like some, or are you happy to pass this?
So much.
Is that... No, that's mine.
You want the big one?
I want the whole thing.
OK.
What's happening? Wow.
Sheridan.
Jeez Louise.
Thank you.
Take yours.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Good for you.
Yeah. That's the episode of The X-Files I wanted to see.
This is what happened to David Duchovny.
Wait, it's not far off. You know what I'm...
Go to town, we've got more fun and games. And John Legend will be performing a special Christmas song in the studio. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to the show, and I'm delighted to say that we have a very special festive music performance for you. Here with Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It is the one and only John Legend.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Oh, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away, away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, yeah, yes, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now, a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Yeah.
The fabulous Mr. John Legend, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still here with all my guests, of course. Roll, you mentioned you like Christmas music. I hear you were a bit surprised when you heard the lyrics to Santa Baby for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, I actually listened to in a supermarket. I was shopping, and then I suddenly heard the song, and I felt, oh, wow, that's a very interesting, naughty kind of song. So I thought, okay, I mean, I tried to understand the lyrics, but I didn't understand at the first time. So,
So what did you think was happening in the song the first time when you heard it?
I don't know, I just feel like someone just trying to ask Santa quite a lot of different things, isn't it? He's
It's a lot
nice,
for him to
so...
take on, isn't it? If it's one night, he's got to get around everybody's house, and then there's this
I
woman
know,
going like,
yeah.
Santa baby, all the rest of it. It's a bit
No,
much.
it's probably like, she likes Santa Claus, that's why...
She likes him, sure, but has he got time?
Santa's got busy during the Christmas.
I thought that's his busy time. It's
Yeah.
not great timing.
I like to surprise myself with Christmas presents and...
Sure, Al, I bet you do.
I do actually sometimes buy presents for myself as well, along with other people.
What's a lovely gift that you bought for yourself? Which one really surprised you at how nice you could be for yourself? What was the best one?
No, I think it's just probably something I need in a really weird way. It's just quite something that is useful mainly. Yeah.
So it's not really a present then. I mean, that's just shopping.
No, it is shopping, but I try to forget after I buy it.
Let me ask you about a present buying at home for you, Wobbler.
Okay, it's Christmas. When I was 8 years old, I learned this: be careful what you buy. It was very important. Right, my father had remarried, new stepmother. I was 8 years old. It was that first moment as a kid, you know, where you actually go out and you're going to buy, like an adult, you're going to buy Christmas presents. And I bought her what I thought was great. They were edible panties. I thought they were... As an 8-year-old, I'm thinking, this is amazing. You can eat them, and they're strawberry. She's gonna love these. Yeah. It wasn't.
I think you knew what you were doing, you dirty little... Coming over all innocent now. Well, that must have... How did that go down when you did?
Well, how did it go down?
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Sheridan, it's an exciting time for you because you've got an album coming out, but it's a different sort of album. It's called A Northern Soul, which I think is a great title. But you have been involved in the writing of a lot of this material, haven't you?
Yes, I have this time. Like, the first album was just covers, so this time round it's quite revealing.
I know you work with other people. How did you go about it? Now, were you sitting down and you had ideas for songs, or did you just sort of like let the thoughts come?
Weirdly, they did it quite a strange way. The record label, whilst I was on tour for the last album, they brought a load of songwriters and didn't explain to me really why they were there. And so I was in the bar afterwards explaining, and, you know, kind of, you've seen me out and about. So saying too much. And what it turned out was actually they had been kind of working all night and psychoanalyzing me. So everything I've been saying, they've been like writing it down, emailing each other, and then suddenly I get this kind of, they come around and they all these demos, which was all words that I had said. I was like, this is like you've been in my head. They were like, no, you said it.
Undercover songwriters?
Yeah.
So they were out with you and they were listening to what you were saying and writing down ideas from there?
Yeah, but then after that we got in the studio and then, I mean, I think they were worried I might be kind of offended by that, but I thought it was a fascinating way of working.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. We have the video. This is handled with care. This is from A Northern Soul, Sheridan's album, which is out right now. Look at this.
I'm the one on the ball when the music plays, when the party is over. I sleep for days. You're gonna run the risk of getting burned, getting bit, but I promise you this, you'll be glad that you did.
Great. Sounds great. Sounds great. And the exciting news, if you haven't seen Sheridan perform live, and she's amazing live, you've got a big gig coming up. You're playing the O2, is that right?
The O2.
Wow.
Like, and then I'm now going up north, which I'm so chuffed about. It was just the O2 I was going to be playing, but now I'm doing like Manchester Arena and Hull Arena and Sheffield and all my kind of near my hometown, Birmingham, Liverpool.
Have you played venues that big before?
No, never. You're mad. No. I still don't think anyone's going to. I'm sure it's going to just be my mum. And a little bus trip from the village.
Sheridan, would you introduce us to your dog that you brought along this evening?
Do you want to see Alan?
Yeah. Could we?
Oh, yeah.
We'll bring him out for a minute.
He's the newest member of my gang.
What's his name again?
Alan.
Alan, of course.
Alan. He looks like...
Here he is. Oh, my God, look at him.
He's a little Shih Tzu, isn't he?
Look at him.
Here was little Alan.
Good job.
Backing, reversing.
How old is Alan?
Alan is 3 months.
Wow.
You need to have a baby, don't you? I've got 8 dogs now. It's like,
He looks gorgeous. Gillian, let's talk about you. The exciting thing is Gillian has a new show coming out next year on Netflix. It's called Sex Education. Tell me about it. Tell me who you play in it and what it's about.
The series revolves around Otis, who is played by Asa Butterfield, and he's an awkward inexperienced, coming-of-age teen. I play a sex therapist, his mother, a sex therapist, and so he has grown up with videos and manuals and tediously open conversations.
Very frank discussions, yeah.
Very frank discussions, and so he's kind of a reluctant expert on the subject, and he decides to take it upon himself to turn to his fellow high school students and give them his own form of sex education. And in the process, kind of learns that he might need some therapy himself.
Let me show you a clip of Gillian's show. It's very funny, and it's very of the moment, and it's just a great watch. It's called Sex Education, and it's available on Netflix from the 11th of January. You will want to watch it.
Oh, Otis, this is,
We met.
Coffee?
Oh, yes, please. How old are you, Dan?
How old am I? I'm 32.
You having some kind of preemptive midlife crisis?
Otis.
Mum, he rides a motorbike. I'll take you for a ride in it sometime, you like?
No, thanks.
Do you have an Oedipal complex? As in, you mean like, do I want to have sex with my mum? Not really. It's not really my thing, that.
Just ignore him, he's teasing you. Otis, it's perfectly normal for a younger man to be sexually attracted to a mature woman. In fact, when you stigmatise his choice, then you feed into an unhealthy narrative on masculinity in middle age.
That's why I say you should never date a shrinker.
Sex and relationship therapist, thank you very much.
Sex Education is on Netflix from mid-January. I tell you what, I particularly like it was great to see you have in front of playing a comedic character. Someone who
Yeah, I
actually
don't
gets
get
the chance.
offered a lot of comedies. I usually play... Why is that funny? I usually
That is
play
interesting.
somebody's boss or, you know, somebody who commits suicide.
Yeah, but why do you get offered those parts, you think?
I don't know. I tend to be more goofy in my private life than I think I am publicly, and when I get nervous, I get very serious, and when I'm thinking about something, it looks like I'm solving the world problems.
Yeah. So you've got a resting thinking face.
I do.
Yeah.
I have a resting
Yeah, which is
face.
one of the better resting faces you can have. You know what? Let me just show you something very festive while we're talking about our
thank
issues.
you.
Let me just show you something.
No, don't reach under the table.
If I was reaching that far, I'd be very impressive indeed. I wish I had to reach that far. These are a couple of... This is available this year. Ideal last-minute Christmas gift. These are 2 adult advent calendars.
Oh, dear.
You can buy. We've got this one from Love Honey, and this one is the official 50 Shades of Grey advent calendar. Which one do you want to delve into? Tom, do you want to open one up?
I'll start with 4, because it looks like it might be an iPod.
You really got to go after it. What do we got?
What's
Okay.
this?
That's what you got. I think it is an iPod case or something.
Then
Oh,
they
no,
were just-
I know what it is.
I know what those
What
are.
are they, Rob?
Dog
Are those
leader.
handcuffs?
Are they handcuffs?
This is for if one wishes to incapacitate...
Incapacitate? What?
What's going on with you?
Using words like that is not very sexy, Jonathan. Would you like to be incapacitated?
Well,
Sounds like you're in the benefits office.
Tom, I've been married 30 years. We use big words now. We don't have to dress it up anymore. OK, so that's the incapacitation band. Sheridan, what number you want to go for?
I like the long number 7.
Okay.
The long number
So
7.
Number 7.
There you are, talking like a sex therapist again.
Ooh. Congratulations.
What is it?
Right? It's like this
There's a drag queen in Vauxhall.
You look like Johnny Depp.
Thank you so
Rahul,
much.
Rahul,
been looking for
which
that for
number?
ages.
Lucky Dip, which number do you think?
I'll go for 10.
You're going for number 10? Let's have a look in 10. I think you're erring on the side of caution, aren't you, Rahul?
I am, yeah.
He went for the smallest window he could find.
Can you say that word?
Oh, no.
You can.
I don't think I can actually say anything, to be honest. No, I could say neck.
You could say,
I can't
you
do
could say
50
that.
Shades of Grey.
You could say that.
Oh, no, I'm not sure I would say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are these dice that tell you what to do?
Yes.
Have you ever played with such a thing?
No.
No.
I don't think I think if you need to get dice out, you're in trouble.
Right? Yeah, right? That's what I think.
Oh, dear. Nibble. Nipples.
Jonathan.
Oh, so one's an action, one's a
Nibble?
part.
Like that?
Use incapacitation days.
It's like a safety
Sufficient.
demonstration on a plane.
Oh, Rob, you haven't had one
We
yet.
gotta go to 24.
You don't. You're gonna. Ladies first,
Oh,
then.
yes, of
Okay.
course.
24th looks like the biggest box. So
Yeah.
this is.
Oh, I love that question.
Gillian cannot wait to get in there.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Happy
Thank you. I tell you, this is on my list.
Is it something you used to eat lobster with?
Okay, still to come. We've got more from the Brilliant Kingdom Choir, and we'll be playing some Christmas games. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with my festive selection of guests. We should say, Rahul, there's a couple of Bake Off specials coming up that you wanted to tell us about.
Yeah. So there is a Christmas Bake Off and Festive Bake Off. The Christmas Bake Off is on 25th.
On
the
Christmas Day itself,
yes. And Festive Bake Off is on 1st of January, so New Year's Day.
Right. And presumably, even though you've been in the competition, you would still enjoy watching it? You would
I
still...
would, yes. I like watching every season of Bake Off.
Rahul, are you a game player?
I don't really play games, no.
Place to win.
Yeah. OK, well, the reason why I asked about games is we've been playing a game on this show every Christmas. I don't know if you've seen this before. We have great fun. It's called Pie Face. It's
What?
a children's game. And I think you would probably all like to take it.
I read this as P.A. Face. Like the Charlotte Church song.
P.A.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought we were going to have a lovely sing-song, maybe from Charlotte Church or maybe a choir.
No, we're actually playing Pie Face.
I'm really competitive. I'm just warning you. So what can I do to, like, try to win this damn thing?
Well, it's essentially it's a game of chance.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What do you win?
You win respect, inner calm, and a gigantic black vibrator.
I'm in! Where do we start?
OK, everyone, let's play Pie Face.
An exciting, fun-filled game of suspense. You wait for the tension to build. Warning, choking hazard.
OK? We hear you, we hear you. OK, so if you'd like to put your chins right forward, I'm getting in as well. I think we're going to start with Tom at the end, so when you're ready,
Click
Tom...
it forward one place.
Click it away from you, click one click. Good luck.
Oh, it's so tense.
Sheridan.
Sort of moved a little.
I know you.
Please, please, please. No, I'm joking. Oh, you too, sorry.
Rahul.
Getting bad for us.
Good luck, Rahul. Was that... Oh, you didn't hang around, did you? You were straight in. OK, here I'm going.
Oh, Jesus!
Gillian.
Oh.
No, it doesn't mean necessarily this will go, because you might be fine as well. It just, they're not connected.
I don't like these odds. I don't like these odds.
Good luck, Rob. Oh! Okay, back to you, Tom.
Some time, I feel.
We were here for a week last year.
Someone in this box.
There's no one in the boxes.
Really?
Go on, Sheridan. Rahul. OK.
Pie face, pie face, pie face, pie face, pie face, pie
We've got to carry on, though. I've come last.
Oh, we're back in.
Oh, sorry, back.
We're back.
Rob.
This is the longest show I've ever been on. And I'm starving.
Tom. No, Sheridan.
It's definitely no.
No.
Oh, I could do it.
Rahul. Gillian. Good tweet. OK, Rob, you're back up. You're back up.
How you doing?
There can only be one winner.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Tom. Yeah! Okay. We're down to our last three. Sheridan, you up? Okay, we're true Titans are left standing. Wahoo!
Wow.
You're going down.
Great.
Whoa!
The main thing is you
Sure?
look great. Don't worry.
Wahoo! Whoa! Wahoo! You won! Congratulations. Congratulations, Rob, and everyone here would sing, wouldn't it be lovely if sweet, gentle Wahoo won and made Christmas perfect for everyone? You had to burn it, didn't you? Ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree it was a magnificent game of pie face. Let's hear from them. Come on, sit down again. Exhausting and exciting game. Thanks to all my guests tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with a brand new series next year, but now with I Say a Little Prayer from their fabulous new album. It is the Kingdom Choir.
Say a little prayer for you. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. And while I'm combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part. Oh, how I love you. Together forever. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part. Oh, how I love you. Together forever. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. My darling, believe me. Believe me. With you there is no one but you. Please love me too. Answer my prayer. Answer my prayer. Answer my prayer now. Answer my prayer. 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 Answer my
The Kingdom Choir. Amazing.